Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, two of the most successful people, world civilization changing people. They were asked if they could have one superpower, what would that superpower be? They both agreed. If they could be the fastest readers in the world. Hey, it's Ty here from my home in Hollywood. Another beautiful day. That's actually a real background. That's Sunset Boulevard. I know it looks fake. But I want to talk about this Book of the Day Club. I've done a survey of the top billionaires in the world, and it's interesting. The only thing that they all had in common, from Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Larry Ellison, Sam Walton, you name it, they all read a lot. In fact, when Warren Buffett was 12 years old, he had already read every single book in the Omaha library system on business. Bill Gates, by the way, who has a great blog if you want to see some book ideas, is a voracious reader. Warren Buffett spends almost 8 hours a day reading. They say if you get on a private jet with Warren Buffett, all he's doing is reading. He says hello to you, maybe he plays a game of cards with you, and then he pulls out a huge stack of books. If you can get around the smartest people in the world, it will rub off on you. Their success, their ideas, their knowledge. If I tomorrow could go and spend a day with Bill Gates, imagine how much better I would be at business. Or if you could spend a day with Mother Teresa or Albert Einstein, all of these amazing people, your life would change forever. Now, unfortunately, half these people are dead or they're too busy. Luckily, a long time ago, I learned this skill of speed reading. And at this point in my life, I read a book a day. The best books. I read books from hundreds of years ago to the best-selling books from right now. And all my friends say, hey Ty, I don't have enough time to do that. So I decided I would just compile all these video summaries that I've created and just give them out for free to people. Remember, the universe is about entropy. Everything is slowly becoming harder and harder. So you have to work against that. You gotta work against that or else your life gradually decays. You know, you're excited when you're 18 years old and every day things get harder. Life throws more obstacles at you. And if you're not careful, your life goes like this. But with knowledge, you're able to counteract that. This will change your life. Think about what Charlie Munger said, the billionaire. He said, imagine the power of 365 books a year in your brain. Times 10 years, that's 3,600 books. Times 20 years, it's over 7,000 books in your head. What would that do? You know that you can't imagine it doing anything but good. Your money will go up. Your happiness will go up. Everything goes up. So, this is how it works. Join my club. You're gonna get an email every day. And I've gone through a book like this. This is a great one, by the way, Phil Jackson, who also reads a lot. And I go through it and I pull all the highlights, kind of like Cliff Notes. But I put a little spin on it as a business coach, consultant, success coach, so that you can get like a tangible takeaway in just a short period of time. You're gonna get all the benefit, you're gonna get all the good stuff out of a book like this. You're also gonna get my advice on what books to read, because a lot of people don't even know what to read, so I'm gonna give you my book list. A lot of books nowadays, they have a lot of stuff you don't need. I mean, half of these books, they gotta fill it up to sell it. So I'm gonna cut through all that stuff, get rid of all the stuff so that you don't have to waste your time reading stuff that you're not interested in. The other thing is I'm gonna read from a broad variety of things. I'm gonna read things on agriculture, I'm gonna read things on sustainable energy, I'm gonna read things on politics, business, all over the place. And I bring them together into just simple things that you can put into practice right away. And no matter what you do, if you're a business person, an entrepreneur, a family person, you know, a housewife, it doesn't matter. This is all important stuff. People ask me how much it costs. Right now, I just give it away for free. Everything is around one theme. The theme is how to live a better life. So I'm gonna touch on things that are related to being physically healthy. So it's not gonna just be my opinion, it's gonna be the smartest people in the world's opinion on that subject. Very controversial. Should you eat meat? You know, should you eat bread? All these hard topics, we're gonna go over those. Then we're gonna get into business, you know, career, how to start your own business, how to do finance, how to invest in the stock market, how to buy real estate. Anything you name on finance, we're gonna go over that. Third, we're gonna go over love. You know, I read Helen Fisher, David Buss, all these amazing social scientists that are getting to the heart of what it takes to have a good relationship with family, friends, and romantically. And then lastly, I read spiritual books. I read books on higher purpose, books on art, books by, you know, Mahatma Gandhi. I read books by Mother Teresa, all these things to round out your life so that you're not just focused on yourself, but you're also focused on having a totally fulfilling life. The second thing is, you know, do you have enough time? Well, you're only going to take about 2 minutes a day. And look, if a book that I read is not interesting to you, just skip that email. But every day you're going to get something new. And I can't impress upon you enough how powerful this is. If you're somebody who doesn't like books, doesn't have the time, this is for you. And again, I'm gonna vary it up. Also, I'm gonna read some books that are pure fact books, you know, kind of boring books, and whittle that down and summarize that for you. Other books like this one is a biography. So I kind of vary it. And then I read a third type of book are classics. So classics are Aristotle, Plato, Charles Darwin, you know, Freud, Aristotle, Socrates, Plato. We'll read something like that. That'll be some of the summaries. Some of the other book of the day summaries will be what I call hard fact, hard skill. So that will be, you know, how to invest in the stock market or how to buy a house, all these kind of practical, tangible skills. And then at night, I read a book that's a biography, because biographies give you inspiration and courage. And whatever you want in life, you're gonna need courage, because they realize that all that knowledge in their head basically can do nothing but good. Some people say, oh, Tai, you know, if you just read all these books, you're just gonna become book smart. That's a bunch of BS. Bunch of BS. Test it for a day. Try 30 days of either reading on your own or listening to these summaries, and tell me that your life has not been more enhanced. I'll tell you this, even if you get no practical success out of it, you'll be a more interesting person. When you sit down at a table, more people are gonna find you interesting. If you're a guy or a girl and you're dating, you're gonna be more attractive. If you're married, you're gonna be more attractive to your spouse. People are gonna wanna be around, people like being around people that know something. And it's hard to come up with original ideas all the time. So when you can take a cool idea from like this book with Phil Jackson, you know, it makes you a pretty damn interesting person. If you do this for 30 days, I would love to. I've never gotten an email like this, so I'm gonna give you this challenge. Send me an email if you say, Tai, for 30 days of listening to this, I'm pretty sure my life has slid downhill from all this learning. And then you can unsubscribe. Remember, it's free. I gain nothing from this. It's not like I'm trying to convince you to buy something from me. Just try it. I have seen this time and time again. And I'm also gonna go into detail on how you can actually learn to read yourself. It's one thing to get the tips from me, but it's even better if you eventually can develop this skill yourself. So that's a little background. I'm sure there's more questions. Go ahead and send me an email on the site if you have any more questions about it, but go ahead right now, fill out the form on the page, join, you'll immediately start getting my first book. See you on this inside, and hope to meet you someday in Hollywood.